Okay, so we're back. I want to apologize. Right off rip, because we're going back-to-back Outlaws episodes, or back-to-back Outlaws episodes, which I haven't done in a hot minute. But I'm excited to finish up Season 2, finish up the NBA Finals, and then if the series is short enough, we'll probably hop into the offseason regardless this episode, because that's what I'm most excited for, because I love the offseason in these series. So we have the Nets series in this one. The AI wants me to start Kobe White at the 2 once again, but Jovic is going to start at the 3, and then Michael Porter Jr. at the 2. Wendell Carter Jr. being out has been a huge loss. We're also without Robert Covington, but he's still going to play. He just has a minor injury, so he'll probably be on minute restrictions. But we're going to be simulating. We're going to do this the same way we did the last series. We're going to simcast, and if the games are close, we'll jump in, or if it's a series deciding game, we'll jump in. We're actually holding our own well against the Nets. Oh my god. This Nets team is at full health, and they're making a comeback. Okay, it's close. It's close. 109, 111, 107. Okay, it's close. It's close. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Okay. Sim ahead a little more. Oh, we're down 7, 2.5 to play. We're jumping in. All right, boys, y'all know the deal. Game 1, sorry. At home, we have home court advantage in this series. I wasn't confident we would win this series, but we're here competing with the Brooklyn Nets on our home floor in Game 1. Precious, I need a big body. I need a big body, Precious. Come on, Precious. Come on, come on, come on. No, that's a bad shot. We need stops. We need stops. Durant wide open in the corner in the clutch. He gives them a 10-point lead. That one might have been the dagger. We're down 10 in Game 1 with 2 minutes to play. That might be the dagger for Game 1 unless we can get a hot streak going here. Oh my god, KD's playing phenomenal defense. KD's playing phenomenal defense, bro. Step back. Come on. Nope, that's not it either. God damn, they read the floppy. They read the screen and roll with Precious Achiuwa. I think this game is wraps, especially if KD scores here. He passes out to Kyrie over to Harden. This Nets team is just way too good, bro. This Nets team is just so damn good. Kyrie, Harden, Kevin Durant, and then Clint Capella in the mix as well. This team is just so good. I thought we were going to lose this series from the jump, but right when I saw that Nets lineup, I knew we were going to be outclassed in this one. But Kyrie giving us 40 in Game 1 on our home floor. We played really well to start this game out. We had a 15-point lead, and then the Nets clawed back, and we're just getting clamped up on defense, locked up like Akon. I think that wraps up Game 1, and that's the end of Game 1. We lose by a double-digit margin. Jaren Jackson Jr., our top scorer with 29. Michael Porter Jr., another lackluster game, 18 points on decent efficiency, though. Kobe White, 17. They're obviously not holding up my rotation with Jovic in the starting 5, which is kind of annoying. And I forgot to say, we got the kombucha on deck, bro. Feels like the kombucha's good luck, even though we just lost Game 1. But we got the kombucha on deck, boys. Okay, so they did save my rotation. We're just going to have to adjust some sim points of emphasis here. Michael Porter Jr., I want you to be my number 1 guy. I'm giving you the keys to the offense. I'm giving you the keys to the offense, MPJ. Play through star. I'm giving him the keys to the castle, the keys to this team. He just has to do stuff with it. He has to do stuff with it. And then I'm going to adjust a few things here. We're going to adjust some not rotations. I want to adjust, where's it at? Matchups. Kevin Durant, I want him to be guarded by our best perimeter defender on the team, Nikola Jovic. He's our best perimeter defender. I think he can hold his own against KD. Even though KD's probably going to give us 40, I think he's going to play that PJ Tucker role in real life, where you just got to play the best defense you can on him. Presses Achiuwa on Clint Capella. We're going to put Cole Anthony on Kai, Michael Porter Jr. on Harden, and then Jaren Jackson can be on Clax. Actually, I'm going to put Jovic on Harden, and we're going to put Jaren Jackson Jr. on KD, because Jaren Jackson Jr. is a solid defender, and he has the length to contest that jump shot. And then whoever's left, Michael Porter Jr., we can hide him on Claxton. So that's a W. We got Game 2. We're off to a good start, but we were as well in Game 1. They're still close. They're hanging around, and they take a lead. But we're kind of hanging around. The Nets run away with Game 2. It's not close whatsoever. We take a double-digit loss. Let me look at the box score. Kevin Durant gave us 45. He gave us 45. He missed 7 shots out of 24. Kyrie with 20 and 11. Harden with a triple-double. Precious Achiuwa with 19. Cole Anthony 14 and 10. Michael Porter Jr. as our number one option, 4 for 15 from the field, 9 points. Jaren Jackson 3 for 11 with 11 points. Just an all-around really bad performance from the guys. Kobe White 3 for 11. Jovic 1 for 7. Cole Anthony 4 for 12. Precious Achiuwa was the one bright spot, 9 for 18. It's not looking good for us. It really isn't. Game 3. We're competing. And the Nets, oh no, we're competing. We run away with it. We run away with a Game 3 away on the Nets floor, 135-109. We take our first victory of this NBA Finals series, man. Harden played well. Kyrie played well. Kevin Durant, 5 for 16 from the field, but Kai and Harden just were not enough for Jaren Jackson Jr. 39, 7, 5, and 5 steals, 14 for 18 from the field, 80% from 3. Jaren Jackson carried us to victory alongside Michael Porter Jr. I know I've been an MPJ hater this series, but I'll give credit where credit is due. 29, 7, and a block, 11 for 20 from the field, 6 for 13 from 3. Phenomenal from him. Jovic with a great performance as well. 16 points, 6 for 9, 3 for 4. Davion Mitchell, 15 points, 4 for 7. And all-around great performance. Jaden McDaniels came up big. 5 for 10 from the field, 50% from the 3 and from the field. 13 points and 3 blocks. Cole Anthony, 10, 2, and 6. Not great efficiency, and decent three-point percentage. Precious with 6 points, 3 for 5, just didn't get many looks. Kobe White 2 for 10, but it doesn't matter because it was a huge blowout win in Brooklyn. Game 4, let's see if we can carry that confidence into Game 4 after that huge blowout win against Brooklyn. We're going down. Let's not go down big, boys, and we do just that. We go down big. Oh, we're slowly clawing our way back. We're down 13. I kind of want to jump in. They're running away with it. We're down 13, 5 minutes to play. I'm jumping in. Okay, we trail by 13. I'm going to run the pick and roll with Precious. Precious with the mismatch. Pass it out. Precious with the mismatch on Harden. They were doubling Cole Anthony, but they're not going to double Harden with the mismatch on, Precious Achiuwa with a mismatch on Harden. Precious Achiuwa misses. He gets his own board. He puts it back to cut the lead to 11. Harden answers with a catch and shoot midi. Harden's shoulder looks to be aggravating him. We got to take advantage of James Harden not being at his best. Precious Achiuwa, easy roll to the rim. Oh my God, Capella with the chase down block. We gotta strike with KD not on the floor. We have 4 minutes to play. We're down 13 still. We definitely can make that. We definitely can nullify that lead. We gotta get a few stops here. Harden's a little knocked. He's a little bamboozled right now. Little hurt. He's missing. Come on, let's go. They call a foul on that. Precious picks up his 5th. We got to challenge it. That's a momentum shifter right there. Did look like a foul, but we challenged it just because we lose a timeout. Precious picks up his 5th foul. Come on, boys. Come on. Game's not over. Harden misses the first. Free throw. He hits the second. We trail by 14, but Harden missing a free throw is definitely huge. We need some offense here. Come on. Let's get a 3. Get a floppy. Oh, injured Harden is keeping up with MPJ? Are you serious, 2K? There we go, MPJ. Use your size on Harden. 6'10 on a guard. MPJ has to take advantage of that. We trail by 12. This is still anybody's ball game. 3 minutes to play. We trail by 12. We need stops. They put the ball in the hands of the Slim Reaper. Jaren Jackson blocks that jumper. No, Precious. Why are you behind Kevin Durant? That's a bad foul. Cole Anthony is on 4, and they're in the bonus. No, we were just clawing back into this game, and we're playing so sloppy. We got to be disciplined. We're at risk of going down 3-1, down 14 points in this one. Come on. Michael Porter Jr. for 3. Cuts it down to 11. 11-point deficit with 2.5 to play. We're playing full court press off or defense here. Come on. Jaren Jackson on KD. KD playing ISO ball here. Jaren Jackson playing great defense. KD gets a shot. He can't get it to fall. That's a bad shot by Michael Porter Jr. It's a bad shot by MPJ. We need to play good defense here. 2 minutes to play. We're down 11. We can still win this game. We can still win it. I believe. We need to stop Kevin Durant, though. That's good defense. He misses. We've had a bunch of Kevin Durant misses. We need to take advantage here. If we don't score on this possession, I think this game is chalked. And it's down to single digits. We trail by 9. It's a single digit deficit. Let's get another stop. Jaren Jackson with great defense on KD. That's another stop, baby. No, Precious. That was supposed to be a pump fake. I tapped X once. That was supposed to be a pump fake. 2K. 2K sold the bag. That was supposed to be a pump fake. 2K sold. Kyrie open for a 3. Bang. That's it. That's game. That's the dagger. We trail by 11 with under a minute to play. That was supposed to be a pump fake. I wanted to get Claxton jumping, but Precious Achiuwa goes up with it in anyway. Michael Porter Jr., big 3. We trail by 8. Man, that's tough. That is tough. I'm giving myself false hope here, thinking foul ball is going to work, but we're going to try it. We trail by 10. Michael Porter Jr., nope. That's it. That's game. We lose to the Nets in game 4. We go down 3-1. Man, I feel like this one was winnable. If that Precious Achiuwa pump fake, he didn't go up with it, I feel like it's winnable. This one's tough. Game 4. Michael Porter Jr. playing like our best player with 26. The Nets were just too much. Kyrie, 29. Harden, 21. Both with 11 assists apiece. Kevin Durant had a bad game. They just outplayed us, bro. Game 5 on our home floor. If they're going to win the title, we can't let them lift the Larry O'Brien on our home court. We're competing. No, we let them get away. We let them run away with it. We're down big. 6 down. I'm giving myself false hope. We're down 16. 5 minutes to play. Our season is on the line. We're down 18. 4.5 to play. We need buckets here. Michael Porter. No, Kyrie helped. That's good help, but now we got a mismatch. We got a mismatch on Kyrie. Michael Porter Jr. on Kyrie mismatch. 16 points. Big poster, Michael Porter Jr. He has 21. We need a Michael Porter Jr. masterclass here in the 4th. Kyrie Irving with 41 on the night. No, Michael Porter Jr. No! That's his 4th. Michael Porter Jr.'s 4th. Looks like they're going to go up 19. 18 still. Harden's out here missing free throws. Jovic. Swing it to Jovic in the corner. Catch and shoot Jovic. Come on. We're playing with no urgency. Our season is on the line. Precious big block on Kyrie. That's another one. Claxton. Wow. Great defensive possession by the guys. Just horrendous rebounding. And Michael Porter Jr. misses a wide open 3. We're down 20 with 3.5 to play. I don't even know if there's enough time to come back and win this one, man. Michael Porter Jr., another wide open 3 is a miss. It looks like our season's going to be over. Precious Achiuwa, 4 blocks in this 4th quarter. Michael Porter Jr. in transition, pump fake. No, you're not fooling anyone, MPJ. Okay, he gets one. 18. I think this is going to be Michael Porter Jr.'s last and final game in an Outlaws uniform. This could be his final game. Kyrie Irving for 3. He misses. KD wide open for 3. That's a 21-point deficit. KD with the crowd silencer. With our best player not being able to create any sort of offense. That one definitely stings. Okay, Michael Porter Jr. gets a fading midi to go, but I think it's too little too late. We trail by 19 with 2 minutes to play. I think it's too little too late for Michael Porter Jr. He's played decently well in this NBA Finals series, but the Nets were just too much. We're going to lose in 5. I still think it's time for him to go. Jaren Jackson Jr. with a 40-point game in the playoffs. I think Michael Porter Jr. is the problem. And if I can get Nikola Jokic in free agency, I think we'll be in good shape for next season. I'm putting all my eggs in one basket because I don't think, oh my God, I don't think we'll win a championship with Michael Porter Jr. as our number 1 option. I just don't see it happening. This man MPJ, he got Harden to jump, and he misses the pull-up midi, bro. This Michael Porter Jr. I wish no ill will towards Michael Porter Jr. moving forward, but he's just not the guy to be the number 1 option on championship team. He brought us here. Actually, I wouldn't say he brought us here. I think I'm going to say Jaren Jackson Jr. brought us here because he was the one playing like our number 1 option, and it wasn't Michael Porter Jr. So we're gonna do some work in this episode. We lost in 5. I'm gonna do the offseason in this episode. We're gonna make some changes. Hopefully enough to bring us over the line to host that LOB next season. We got our conference title. We won the conference. We just got to win the league now. As the clock winds down, we're going to sit back and watch. We're going to sit back and watch the trophy presentation. We got outplayed. The Nets were just a better team. What is Kyrie doing, bro? What was that dance? We just got outplayed, bro. The Nets were the better team. They won in 5. Steven Silas has been a great coach all season. I hope this one stings for the guys, because we got to come back next year. We got to come back next year and look like a new team if we want to bring this championship to Las Vegas. We need to. We're going to reshape the roster a bit, bring in a few more role players, increase our depth, reshape the starting 5. That Nets, oh my God, the Nets fan in Vegas. And we're going to come back next season. We're going to turn the page on this season. We're going to turn the page into a new chapter of Las Vegas Outlaws history, sending it to Adam Silver on the court. Man. I'm keeping all of this in. I want to watch the presentation. Heartbreaking series, but they were the better team. Are they not going to show 2K? You got to show it, bro. You got to show it, bro. 2K. Ain't no way they don't show the trophy presentation, bro. 2K. Ain't no way they don't show it. No way, 2K. No way. They don't show the finals MVP trophy presentation either, bro. No way. Okay, we're just going to skip it if they're not going to show the presentation. If they're not showing the presentation, I don't care. So why am I here? Michael Porter Jr. 11 for 22, 25 points in a elimination game. Jaren Jackson Jr. 18 and 9. A lot of this team is going to be safe this offseason. We just have a few pieces to move around. The Nets win the championship. Kyrie Irving Finals MVP, well deserved. He was giving us 40 night in, night out. Player retirements. UD calls it a career. Lemon Pepper Lou retires as an Outlaw. Thad Young retires as a Celtic. Jeff Green as a Miami Heat player. Russell Westbrook calls it a career. This is 2 years into this is 2 seasons in past current day, so that makes sense. Aaron Gordon, Danilo Gallinari, James Johnson, Jared Dudley, Ersan Ilyasova, aka Sanity in my eyes. Okay. Staff retirements. Gennaro Pargo, I don't know who that is, and Mike D'Antoni calls it a career. Hall of Fame inductees, Russell Westbrook, well-deserved. Jersey retirements, Russell Westbrook with the Thunder. Draft lottery, we're not going to be in the lottery, obviously, because we were just in the finals. Oh, we are in the lottery. We got the Tampa Bay Panthers 12th pick. We got the Tampa Bay Panthers pick, so we're going to have the 12th overall pick. That might be able to be a sweetener, bro. We might be able to use that as a sweetener staff signing. I'm going to rock out with Steven Silas because he had a good season. He brought us to the NBA Finals. We do need to bring in a few more assistant coaches. We need a team doctor and a head scout. I don't know where to find the team doctor and head scout. There's a domestic scout, head scout. Okay, we need a head scout. This guy. I don't know who he is, but we're going to throw him that. And then we need a team doctor, which we'll throw at this guy. The team doctor signs, the team scout doesn't. That's cool. Okay. I have no idea what the prospects look like in this draft. I've done zero scouting because I didn't expect to be able to do anything. Actually, we're going to pause the draft. We're going to pause the draft. We're going to propose a trade. Actually, trade finder, Michael Porter Jr. Oh, these are all the players we have under contract. Wendell Carter Jr. I'm willing to move Wendell. And the 12th overall. Oh, we can't trade the 12th. We have to hold on to the 12th. We have to. Okay, we're going to... I guess we'll draft somebody. Sim to user pick. We'll draft someone at 12. We're on the clock. They just told me I couldn't trade this pick, bro. They just told me I couldn't trade this pick. And now I can trade this pick. Oh. 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 Low key, bro. If y'all don't know, one of my viewers, this is his guy, Elton Cannon. That's his guy. I could trade for him. There's this guy who I know nothing about any of these guys. I guess I can look at potential. He has C+ potential. This guy, I know he becomes really good, but he's a draft and stash guy. Shaden Sharp is solid. I don't know if I want another. Oh, RJ. No, we're not going to take RJ. There's DeJounte. Oh. Okay. Here, I'm going to pick someone. I'm going to draft somebody. As much as I want to trade for another player, because I could have got Cat, but I want Jokic. See, there's this guy who is his ceiling is Chauncey Billups. He's a point guard. His ceiling is Chauncey Billups, and his floor is George Hill. So that's pretty good regardless. Keontae George's ceiling is Jimmy Butler. I'm going to draft Josiah Gortman, point guard, straight out of high school. So he's a really raw, young prospect. I'm going to sim to end. He's a really raw, young prospect. Elton Cannon, if you're watching, Mr. C21, I believe that's the guy who told me to put this guy in here. He gets drafted to the Jazz as 9th overall. We'll be checking in on him as we go. Josiah Gortman. Ceiling is Chauncey Billups. He's ranked the 9th in this draft and the #1 point guard in the draft. Okay. I think we got a stud. He has a decently high shot tendency. Grades. He's average at pretty much everything. His potential's pretty average. I don't know if he'll really pan out to be any big player on the team, but we're going to sign him to a 2-year, $8.10 million deal. We have a few team options here. We're going to pick up Cole Anthony's. I'm going to pick up Davion Mitchell. I'm going to pick up all of these. Not saying everyone is going to stay on the team, but we're going to pick them all up. LaMelo Ball accepts. Chris Middleton declines his player option, so he's on the market. Cade Cunningham stays. Porzingis. Okay, we have a few options here. I have a few options here. A lot of the really young guys stay, like Reese, Anthony Edwards, and Cade, and then LaMelo Ball obviously stays. But we have some cap room here. Not yet because I need to ship a few players, but this guy, Nikola Jokic, is unrestricted. He is my top priority, and then Chris Middleton is my second kind of my backup plan. Because Zion and Ja are restricted. We'll still throw them a contract just to try test. But right now, they are our backup plan. So we're going to do Michael Porter Jr. and Wendell Carter Jr. in a trade. We could get De'Aaron Fox, Kyrie, and Clint Capella. Oh, BI. I don't want to do that. Oh. Oh. This is interesting. This is interesting. Do I put all my eggs in one basket with Jokic? Or do I pull the trigger on this trade and get DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker? I love this idea, bro. Devin Booker would be so much fun to play with, bro. He would be so good. Can create his own shot off ball. DeAndre Ayton would be so good to have, a 90 overall center. Oh, this is There's Shea and Josh Giddey, but I don't really want just a 1-for-1. James Wiseman and Clay. De'Aaron Fox and Rashawn Holmes is another big one. But see, whichever trade we make, we have to live with. I want Jokic. While we don't have the money, I want Jokic. I don't think we have the money at all. No, we don't. We have an MLE we could give him, but this is a tough one. I don't know why I hit negotiate contract again, but I'm thinking about this, bro. So here's my thing, right? So we brought back Cole Anthony, or we brought back Davion Mitchell. We let Kobe White walk, but we brought back Davion Mitchell, who could be an asset. We also have this guy, who can be an asset down the line. What if I did Michael Porter Jr. on his own? We could get Jaylen Brown. I want a guy on a small contract. That trade is really appetizing. So is that trade. That trade's really appetizing just because of the cap situation. This trade is really appetizing too, but I don't want to lose Precious. We could get Booker straight up. We could get Booker straight up. I'm leaning towards this trade just because Scotty Barnes is absolutely insane. So I'm still thinking about this. My two options, either I can trade Michael Porter Jr. for a lower asset and take a chance and take a leap of faith that Jokic will accept our deal, or we pull the trigger on Michael Porter Jr. and Wendell Carter. Where's it at? Is it still here? For DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker. But they want Jovic too. They want Jovic too. Can I like not include Jovic? What if I don't include Jovic? What if I throw in... I like Jaden McDaniel. Robert Covington. Is the trade still on the table? It's not. Do we sacrifice Jovic for Booker and DeAndre Ayton? Do we do it? There's also Brandon Ingram, who I really like the idea of. There's also Shea and Josh Giddey. Bro, I'm throwing in a bunch of different guys to try to get that same trade. That was Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton. But I think there was a glitch that they threw in the pick I just used. They threw in the pick I just used in the trade. So Michael Porter Jr. is still on the table. What if I threw both? See, if I threw both Jaren Jackson and Michael Porter Jr. together, I could get Ayton and Booker. But I want to hold on to Jaren Jackson. So that's why Wendell's on the table. What if I throw Cole Anthony in? No. Oh, they don't want... I don't want to get rid of Jovic. I really don't. He has really high potential, and he's going to be that guy for us. I don't want to get rid of Jaren Jackson either. I have an idea. Ideas. We're going to take Robert Covington and Jared Vanderbilt. See if we can get a pick. Ooh. That's a good pick. Great picks from the Knicks. Okay, we get 2 first-rounders from the Knicks. So here's the idea. We're going to go to Phoenix. We're giving up on the Jokic front. DeAndre Ayton. Devin Booker. For Michael Porter Jr. Wendell Carter Jr. A top 5 protected first. Jaden McDaniels. Do they accept that? No, they don't. Just throw in the other pick. This trade here for Kyrie and Clint Capella. But I don't really want Kyrie and Clint Capella. I know I can trade for Devin Booker pretty easily, right? I know I can take Wendell out of the trade and do Michael Porter Jr. in a first. And probably I could most likely trade for Devin Booker. Like, I could trade for Shea with Michael Porter Jr. Precious in a first. What if I did both first with Michael Porter Jr.? There's Evan Mobley, but we're really in the win now mode right now. There's Brandon Ingram, who is an exciting prospect. But I want Devin... Ooh. That is the trade I was looking for. Take Chris Paul out. Throw Devin Booker in. I'll throw in Jaden McDaniels. So they'd rather trade Chris Paul instead of Devin Booker. I don't really want Chris Paul. Even though Chris Paul would be really good. He would be really, really good. Especially with DeAndre Ayton. I don't have more picks. See, I'm still thinking about this trade. Because Chris Paul is still really good. He's still phenomenal. See, the problem with this series, bro, is I've grown emotionally attached to some of my players. And I feel like I could get Devin Booker. But Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton is such a good trade for what we're giving up. It is such a good trade for what we're giving up. We're giving up borderline nothing for what we're getting back. I think that's a great trade. That's a great trade. We got to do it. We'd be stupid to pass that up. We bring in DeAndre Ayton and Chris Paul. We still have Jaren Jackson. That means Davion Mitchell's now available because Cole Anthony's going to play the backup 2 or backup 1. So Cole Anthony's available. Jovic is going to start at the 2. No, he's still going to start at the 3. We need a starting 2 guard. So right now our starting 5 is looking like Chris Paul, Jovic, Jaren Jackson, and DeAndre Ayton. We just need a 2 guard. And we'll be in good shape. We don't have much money. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to trade Davion Mitchell. Cole Anthony has higher potential. Cole Anthony's been playing better. I think Davion Mitchell is he's a what's the word? He's a expendable asset. I'm gonna hold on to Jaden McDaniels. We're gonna do Davion Mitchell straight up. Johnny Juzang. I'm looking for a starting 2. There's Isaac Okoro who could start. Not many good trades. Not many trades I'm looking for at least. Tyrese Maxey though could be a nice backup 1, even though Kobe White has been that guy for us. Tyrese Maxey is still really, really good. I wonder how much more value I'd get out of Cole Anthony than Davion Mitchell. How much more value would I get out of Cole? It's not looking like much. It's not looking like much more. We can get 2 firsts from the Pelicans, but I'm looking for that starting 2 guard. In all seriousness, Cole Anthony could play the starting 2 for us. He could. But he's 6'2", so he'd be heavily undersized. Alongside a 6-foot point guard, I don't think that's in our best interest to play Cole Anthony at the 2. I'd be fine with throwing in Jaden McDaniels if it means we get a decent starting 2 guard. These trades, bro. These trades. Isaiah Stewart's cool, but he's not at the position I'm looking for. In my eyes, Dyson Daniels is untouchable because he's a knockdown shooter. Precious Achiuwa. I don't want to get rid of Precious, but if we have to get rid of Precious, he's on the table. There's Jordan Clarkson, but I don't really want Jordan Clarkson. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go through free agency. We're going to do what we can. Kobe White's restricted. I'm going to throw a little contract at Seth Curry because he's a knockdown shooter, one of the better shooters in the league. We're going to throw a nice little contract at Seth Curry, sorry. We can definitely afford that. No trade clause because you might be available soon after. We're going to throw an offer at Kobe White. We have his bird rights. So, here's my idea, right? We sign Kobe White. We sign him on bird rights. And then we sign him with bird rights. And then once he's able to be traded, we're going to trade this contract. We'll trade this contract alongside some new picks. And then we'll get a solid starting 2 guard. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to bring in... I'm leaning Matisse Thybulle here. Just for that defense off the bench. Yeah, I'm leaning Matisse Thybulle for the defense off the bench. One of the better on-ball defenders in the league. And we'll throw a nice little contract at Matisse Thybulle. we can only afford 2 years, $9 million. What can we go up to 2 years, $11 million? Because that's what he wants, 11.7. We'll throw that at Matisse Thybulle. Okay, that's our 3 contract offers for the day. We get all 3. Can we sign all 3, though? Okay, we sign all 3. We're not signing any of these guys because they're G League glitches, so we're not signing any of those guys. Honestly, think that's all I'm going to do for free agency. We filled in a few gaps. Zion goes to, or stays in New Orleans. There's a lot of guys staying. All of these guys have stayed where they're at. Oh no, Vucevic went back to Orlando. Jeremy Grant went to the Kings. Malik Beasley stays in Tampa. D'Lo stays in Minnesota. Dinwiddie stays with the Wizards. We re-signed Kobe White. A lot of guys just staying where they're at. Hamidou Diallo goes to Tampa. Oh my God. Okay, Jokic re-signed with the Nuggets on a max deal. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Jokic re-signs with Denver. As much as I wanted Jokic, I think we're in a really good spot. I think we're in a good spot. We now have a big 3 with Jaren Jackson, DeAndre Ayton, and Chris Paul. I think we have a big 3. I think that's not a very hot take. I don't even know what year we're in, so I'm going to auto-generate the rookies. I like our team. But we have some pending tasks. We have 3 tasks. 2 from the coach and 1 from a sponsor. I want to make sure that we're still buzzing in social media. Make sure our fan interest doesn't dip. Honestly, bro, I got you, Mr. Guard Guru. Next, another coach, and then we got a sponsor. What's our next coach want from us? Steven Silas, I'd like you to get more draft picks for the coming draft. Are you serious, bro? 2 lottery picks? Steven Silas, you're bugging. Sponsor, we've got enough to win the division this year. Of course, bro. We're going to be one of the better teams in the NBA. With our roster, we're going to be the best team in the NBA. I think that's not a hot take. The one thing I do want to do, when I can, I want to trade Kobe White and probably Davion Mitchell, package them together. But this is what the roster is looking like. We're going to look at the coach game plan. Chris Paul, Dyson Daniels starting for now, Jovic at the 3, Jaren Jackson at the 4, DeAndre Ayton at the 5. 2 of these point guards off the bench are going to be leaving pretty soon. Precious Achiuwa, Jaden McDaniels, the rookie point guard, and then Matisse Thybulle, Seth Curry, and Gary Payton Jr. Seth Curry and Matisse Thybulle are going to come into the rotation as soon as we ship off 2 of these backup point guards. I don't know when I'm going to be able to trade them, just because we recently signed them. Yeah, Kobe White until December 24th. We can trade Davion Mitchell, but not Kobe White. Oh. I don't like getting rid of my main man. Oh. We're good on power forwards. This trade. We could play Patrick Williams at the 2. He's a small forward, power forward, but I feel like we can play him at the 2. A 6'7" shooting guard. I'm going to sacrifice depth for starters right now. We're going to bring in Patrick Williams at the 2. I threw that whole Kobe White game plan out the window. Patrick Williams. Actually, Jovic is going to move to the 2. Who's better at the 2? Jovic is way better at the 2. So we're going to move Jovic to the 2. And Patrick Williams is going to start at the 3. I like this team a lot better. We still are going to get rid of Kobe White after December 24th. But this team is a lot better. Besides, we don't have a backup power forward. But I might be able to trade Kobe White for that later on. So that is going to wrap this one up. This one has been a lot of off-season basketball. This is the final look at the roster if you want to see it. It's pretty similar to how it was last year. We just traded a few top-heavy guys. We traded Michael Porter Jr. and Wendell Carter Jr. for DeAndre Ayton and Chris Paul. And then, obviously, we just brought in Patrick Williams. So we made a decent amount of changes. But the team is pretty similar. We still got our young core with Jovic, Cole Anthony, Kobe White for now, Precious Achiuwa, Dyson Daniels, and then we add Gortman to the young core. We get Matisse Thybulle, we get Seth Curry. I think we're in good shape, and that's going to wrap this one up. If you enjoyed, as always, make sure to show some love down below. It's free. It only helps the channel grow. You're beautiful. I love you. Hope you enjoyed your hump day. Peace.